So I attended Anime Expo last month, and it was a blast. I went all 4 days with some friends, and it was honestly the fastest 4 days of my entire life. Here's a quick rundown of my weekend. Day 1. I dressed up as Mitsuha and Taki from Kimi no Na wa with my boyfriend. Day 1 was a little hectic, especially because as we were unpacking our things, my roommate Soleil realized she left her costumes at home, which is about 2 hours away from AX, so she and her boyfriend had to drive back to go get them. Day 2. I dressed up with some friends as the Star Guardians from League of Legends. It was the first group cosplay I'd ever taken part in, and it was honestly the most fun I'd ever had at a convention, even though our feet were killing us by the end of the day. The best part? While we were being cute and posing for pictures, our boyfriends were carrying all of our things. Thanks, guys. Day 3. I cosplayed Mew Ichigo from Tokyo Mew Mew. This one was especially fun because when some people asked for a picture, they'd address me as if I were actually Ichigo. Mew Ichigo, you were my first anime! Can I take a picture? Oh, I was? I really enjoy it when people encourage cosplayers to be their costume. It makes interactions a whole lot more fun. Anyways, here's where the story begins. So my friend Kate and I were walking around the exhibit hall when she pulled up a Twitter post on her phone and said, "Hey look, there's an art thief in the artist alley." This artist, Raven Senpai, was raffling off a canvas painting that was clearly traced from a Diva May piece by Rowan Montera, as well as a tracer piece by Ainley. As someone who has had their art traced before, I was displeased. What booth is this person at? H46. We should say something to them. What? Let's go to their booth right now. Or we could not confront them and just report them. Oh, I'm gonna do both! So we hustled over to their booth in the artist alley, and lo and behold, was the traced art piece in all its glory. Excuse me, who drew that piece? He did. Oh, okay. Are you aware that this art is traced? How would I have traced on a canvas? I didn't trace it. Aha! So you want to play that game with me? Kate, show him the Twitter post! I didn't steal it. I used it as a reference. There's a difference between using a reference and straight up copying someone else's work to sell. Well, we aren't selling it, we're raffling it. Yeah, a raffle that you have to enter by spending money. There was another person standing in front of their booth that immediately turned to us and went, "Yeah, I paid him $45 for a commission last year, and the whole thing was traced from official Pokemon images." He showed us a picture, and like he said, it was literally just a recolor of traced Pokemon images you could find on Google. What do you have to say for yourself? What, are you not creative enough to come up with your own work? You have to rely on taking someone else's concept and art? Well, I wasn't trying to offend anyone. I'm sorry if this offends. I was just... I'm sorry if I offended anyone. You're a grown-ass man, sir. Don't act like you didn't know people would get upset if you were caught tracing. We decided that it was a waste of time to keep talking to him, so we walked away. And as we were leaving, another girl hurried over to us and told us that she'd been sitting in the booth next to him and his blatant trace work was irritating every artist sitting around him. She asked us to make a claim to the Artist Alley employees and directed us to where we could find them. Unfortunately, the AX employees told us there wasn't much they could do about the traced artwork, but the raffling of the art was a problem since raffling wasn't allowed in the Artist Alley. Word travels fast, and in such a big event like Anime Expo, that guy probably got yelled at by a lot of people, and I probably wasn't even the first person to point out the plagiarism, especially since it was day freaking 3. I didn't know at the time, but Kate took a picture of me and posted it on her Twitter because she thought it was funny that I was in this magical girl getup berating a booth artist. And, it's true. There's something about being in costume that makes a person more confident in whatever they're doing. I guess because it's almost like a disguise. It kind of felt like I was completely in character, except instead of battling monsters and supervillains, I just... Hey! Don't steal art! So, you're probably not, but if you're watching this, Raven Senpai, there are people out there who have spent years developing a style or technique that they eventually feel confident enough to put a price tag on, and it's incredibly insulting to both them and the customers that are willing to spend their money on a unique piece of work when you tried to take the easy way out. You suck. To end this video on a more positive note, I've decided to show some stuff that I bought from artists who deserve recognition for their beautiful work. I've included links to the artists in the description below, so if you see something you really like, please check the description.